What is going on at Stamford Bridge right now? Chelsea have sacked yet another manager. The World Cup is just weeks away, and now Fabrizio Romano himself has stepped in to confirm what Chelsea's actual plan is. And trust me, things are moving fast. This is Chelsea Updates, and today we are breaking down everything Romano just said about Xabi Alonso, Andoni Iraola, and the club's race to appoint a new boss before the tournament kicks off. Stay with me because this one is big. Right, let's set the scene quickly. Chelsea parted ways with Rosenior recently, and the club now finds itself once again in the all too familiar position of searching for a new manager. Now look, we're not here to relitigate whether that was the right call. That's a whole other video. What matters right now is who comes next. And that's where things get genuinely interesting. Because unlike some of the vague noise we usually get in these situations, the names at the top of Chelsea's list are very, very credible. We're talking about Xabi Alonso, yes, that Xabi Alonso, and Bournemouth's Andoni Iraola. Two very different profiles, two very different styles. And the decision Chelsea make here could define the next chapter of this club. Now, before we get to Romano's update, let's go back a few days, because it was Ben Jacobs who first revealed on X that Xabi Alonso is already a leading contender for this job. And I want to be clear about what Jacobs said, because this isn't speculation. He said Chelsea had already made contact with Alonso's camp, direct contact. They're not just admiring him from a distance, they've reached out. And crucially, Jacobs confirmed that Alonso is keen on returning to the Premier League. He's not dragging his feet. He's not waiting for something shinier. He is genuinely open to this. Chelsea are hoping, and this is the key detail, to have a new manager in place before the World Cup gets underway. That's their goal. That's the timeline they're working to. Now, Fabrizio Romano, the man, the myth, the here we go. Romano came out on his YouTube channel with his own update on the Chelsea situation, and what he said is massive. First, he confirmed that Chelsea have been having conversations with Xabi Alonso's agent. Not rumours, not whispers, actual conversations. And Romano backed up what Jacob said. Alonso would be open to coming back to the Premier League. Now, here's the part that really caught my attention. Romano also mentioned the name Iraola in connection with a player or intermediary who wants to stay in the Premier League and would be, and I'm paraphrasing Romano here, excited about the possibility of doing that at Chelsea. That tells you something about the energy around this move from the Alonso side. This isn't reluctant, this is interest. But here's what Romano said that I think is the most important piece of information in all of this. And I'm quoting him as closely as I can here. He said, the idea at Chelsea is to get the new manager done as soon as possible before the World Cup. He called it the plan, their plan. In almost 1 month, Chelsea want everything signed, announced, completed. That is not the language of a club that's messing around. That's urgency. That's a deadline. And Romano was very clear that this timeline is real. Now, let's not forget Andoni Iraola, because his name keeps coming up alongside Alonso's, and we shouldn't dismiss it. Iraola has been absolutely brilliant at Bournemouth. He's taken a modest squad and consistently punched above their weight in the Premier League. His pressing style, his man management, his tactical clarity, all of it has drawn genuine admiration from some big clubs. And here's the thing. If Alonso says no, or if negotiations stall, Iraola is not some fallback option. He's a legitimate candidate who coaches a style of football that is exciting and modern. The question is, would he be the right fit for a Chelsea dressing room that has so many expensive, high-maintenance players? That's a real conversation worth having. Okay, let's zoom out for a second, because whoever Chelsea appoint walks into a genuinely complicated situation. This ownership group have built a squad packed with young players signed for the future, but they also want results now. That contradiction, long-term squad building versus short-term pressure, has already chewed up and spat out several good managers. Alonso delivered something remarkable at Bayer Leverkusen on going unbeaten in the Bundesliga, winning the title. Historic stuff, but he struggled when he moved to Real Madrid, and that experience will be on everyone's minds. The Premier League is a different animal. Chelsea is a different animal, and Stamford Bridge right now is not an easy place to manage. Whoever takes this job needs to walk in with a clear identity, the respect of the players and the backing of the board. Whether that's Alonso or Iraola, those conditions matter just as much as the name on the contract. So to summarise what we know today, Chelsea sacked Rosenior and want a replacement before the World Cup. That's the firm deadline, confirmed by Romano. Xabi Alonso is a leading contender. Contact has already been made and he is open to the Premier League. Andoni Iraola is also in the mix as a serious alternative. Romano says more updates are coming in the next few days. So stay locked in. If you want to stay on top of everything Chelsea this summer, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell, because this manager saga is only just getting started. Drop a comment below. Alonso or Iraola, who do you want? I'll see you in the next one.